Beach is generally associated with a relaxing zone, but what if I tell you that something dangerous, amazing, mystical, and intriguing can happen there? That's exactly what we're going to talk about. Welcome to Top Facts, and these are astonishing beach incidents that are hard to believe. Enjoy, and let's dive in. A giant sunfish weighing 4,000 pounds was rescued from a fishing net off the coast of Ceuta, Spain. Due to its immense weight, researchers used a crane to lift it after isolating it in an underwater chamber connected to a boat. They measured its dimensions, took close-up photos, and collected DNA samples. Once everything necessary was done, there was no point in keeping the fish in captivity, so the researchers released it back into the water. What you see was washed ashore in Australia and immediately shocked the locals. No one could imagine what it actually was. Some speculated it to be an unknown species of octopus, while others attributed it to something devilish and apocalyptic. But don't panic just yet. The truth is, these are ordinary props set up on an Australian beach for filming a scene in the series Stranger Things from Netflix. Share your thoughts on the authenticity of the props in the comments. However, what is definitely not a fake or decoration for a new season of a show are the following shots. Thousands of crabs covered the beaches of Southern California, transforming them beyond recognition. While these crabs occasionally wash up during warmer periods, the sheer quantity and suddenness of this event have left people unable to explain this natural anomaly. The most popular theory, surprisingly, is that it is a bad omen before an earthquake or something else. October 13th, 2022, over 400 whales were stranded simultaneously on the islands of New Zealand. Why this happened is still a mystery. Scientists speculate that the social nature of whales and dolphins who live in colonies might be the cause. They travel together in pods, often following a leader, and as known, gather around injured or distressed whales. Some suspect it could have been a lost pod leader, while others suggest it was an unfortunate event where a group of animals got into trouble and the rest of the pod followed. Other researchers blame changes in electromagnetic fields in the region due to solar flares or seismic activity. It's worth noting that pilot whales use complex echolocation to find prey, and navigate changes in the electromagnetic field could lead them in the wrong direction and away from the water. What do you think? What could have caused this? Write your thoughts in the comments. Music. What would come to your mind if you saw something similar on the beach right in front of you? Personally, my first thought was a jellyfish, but this creature looked too strange, had an unfamiliar color, and lacked the typical bell-shaped structure of jellyfish. After examining it closely, it reminded me of some extraterrestrial beings from horror movies or games. I don't know how the guy in the video had the courage to pick it up. What if it's poisonous or electric? The following footage was captured in October 2018. It shows beachgoers witnessing a sea turtle slowly crossing the shoreline and disappearing into the sea. The tourists standing in the background appear insignificant compared to the majestic marine creature. Music. Catching a tuna, especially of such large size, is definitely not an easy task, especially for such a petite girl who was seen doing it in the following video. This U.S. resident, who is just over 5 feet tall, pulls out a fish from the water, which later turned out to weigh 800 pounds. Shakil is one of the few female captains in the region. She mentioned that most of her competitors are men, and she tries not to lag behind them in any way. On the other hand, there are moments where it doesn't matter who you are, a man or a woman. Shark will devour anyone in South Africa. During a surfing competition, Australian Mick Fanning was attacked by a real underwater predator with teeth. The potential meal put up a tough fight and managed to fend it off. We can only applaud the man and emphasize the importance of ensuring water safety during competitions. The following footage was actually captured back in 2012, but nobody can explain it to this day. It shows a strange figure resembling a green creature or someone similar lying somewhere at the bottom, it's quite possible that this is an accessory dropped by aliens during their visit to our planet, or it could be someone's ancient artifact, possibly from a mysterious and enigmatic civilization, or maybe it's nothing more than a simple fake created by a modern human. What do you think? But one video that is definitely not fake is the next one, where people witnessed an amazing beach performance by bull professionals. People taunted the animal, made it run as fast as possible, and scared everyone around with its presence. I also enjoyed it very much, even through the monitor screen. But I have only one question. How did they calm down the bull? Afterward, it's much better to witness the sight of a washed-up Goliath grouper on the shore. It poses no danger since it is long departed to another world and can even amaze the most experienced fishermen. This 660-pound fish was simply thrown onto the beach. Surprisingly, it was completely intact and unharmed. But in that case, what could have caused its demise? No one has been able to provide a satisfactory answer to this question. This story happened to a 27-year-old tourist who was vacationing in Kenya with 3 of his colleagues. They were on a high-speed boat ride and thought they were invulnerable to underwater creatures. However, a hippopotamus decided to prove them wrong. Something greatly angered the hippo, and it charged towards the tourists with clearly unfriendly intentions. The vacationers got scared, accelerated to maximum speed, but continued to capture the creature on camera. They managed to capture the moment when the massive animal dived underwater, moving swiftly and swiftly resurfacing, only to take a breath. It felt like if the boat had been even slightly slower, the people could have ended up in a very unpleasant situation. 2 people were fishing, and their day had been quite successful as they were getting ready to head home. But right on the shore, they encountered an unusual surprise. They came across a stranded giant shark with an incredibly strange nose. Scientists still cannot say for sure who it was. Perhaps it was a mutated shark, or maybe even a completely new species unknown to science. Somewhere along the southwest coast of the African continent, along the Atlantic shores, there is a mystical place whose enigmas and mysteries have fascinated the minds of many people for centuries. This mysterious and secretive piece of land in Namibia spans a little over 620 miles. Without exaggeration, it can be said that it is difficult to find another place like this on our planet, so rarely visited by humans and so inhospitable to all living beings. The Skeleton Coast earned its sinister name for a reason. This stretch of desert, occupying a vast part of the ocean coastline, is truly littered with numerous skeletons. For a long time, this part of the ocean had a bad reputation among sailors, attributing various mystical explanations to numerous shipwrecks. Others see nothing strange about it and attribute everything to the intersection of different currents. It's up to you to decide what to believe. Frankly, it's even hard for me to imagine how the next event actually happened, but it did. A killer whale was beached on the rocks off the coast of British Columbia. The mammal became trapped among the rocks, spending a lot of time out of its natural marine habitat. Fortunately, a person noticed it and immediately contacted rescuers. Soon, a whole group gathered to help the animal, pouring water on it to improve its condition. People worked for about 8 hours to save it before the water level rose, again allowing it to swim back to its companions. Music. And this clip shows that even if the area seems extremely calm and safe, it's important to stay vigilant until the very last moment, because at any moment, out of nowhere, a giant crocodile can appear ready to devour a person alive. So these were incredible incidents on the beach that are hard to believe. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see something similar, please leave comments, give likes, subscribe to the Top Facts channel, and right now watch one of the previous episodes that appeared on your screen. Music